The year was 1961, and South Africa was breathing under the heavy weight of apartheid. Laws were written not just on paper, but into the lives of people, deciding where they could live, whom they could love, and how loudly they were allowed to dream. In the quiet township of Soweto lived Thandeka Moyo, a young schoolteacher with gentle eyes and a fierce belief in education. Every morning she walked dusty roads to a small classroom where she taught children to read, even when the government said their future did not need literacy. To Thandeka, every child was a promise the system could not erase. Across the city, in a modest suburb of Johannesburg, lived Daniel van Rensburg, an English-speaking journalist whose pen had begun to trouble powerful men. While many looked away, Daniel wrote about forced removals, about pass laws, about families torn apart overnight. Each article cost him friends, safety, and eventually peace. Their worlds were never meant to meet. They met by accident under a blooming jacaranda tree near a bus stop, Thandeka waiting after a long day of teaching, Daniel sheltering from the sun while chasing a story. Their first conversation was cautious, almost afraid. In South Africa then, love itself could be a crime. Yet something undeniable passed between them, not passion at first, but recognition. Two souls who saw the same injustice and refused to accept it as normal. They began meeting in secret, in small cafes where eyes were too tired to judge, in parks where children's laughter disguised whispered conversations, and always beneath the jacaranda trees when they bloomed purple each spring. Daniel listened as Thandeka spoke of her students, their hunger, their brilliance. Thandeka listened as Daniel confessed his fear that one day his words would get him killed. Their love grew quietly, carefully, like something fragile but determined to survive. But apartheid had no mercy for love that crossed lines. One evening, Daniel was arrested after publishing an exposé on police brutality. For weeks, Thandeka heard nothing. Every knock on her door felt like a threat. Every night she prayed not for safety, but for one more chance to see him. When Daniel was finally released, he was changed, thinner, quieter, but his eyes still searched for her. He came to Soweto under cover of darkness, knowing the risk. They stood face to face, hands trembling, and said everything without speaking. Daniel told her the truth. He was being watched. Leaving the country was his only chance to stay alive.